Basketball isn't easy. All
And the players get themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. It's a Western Conference game on display featuring the Sacramento Kings. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday night hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And one of the players we'll focus on here, Pau Gasol, guys.
Well, great length and skill for Gasol, guys. People forget he's one of the best post scorers in the game. A little underrated, if that's possible. He can finish with either hand, great footwork. He can score on the block. He can face you up and knock down a jump shot. To me, he's the most skilled big man in the game right now.
And Steve, you talk about his skill level, his passing and vision for a big guy. Really unique. And special, whether on the high post or low post, he does an excellent job finding his teammates for hoops.
Look at the Lakers. It's been a bit of a slow start for the season for them so far, but it's still very early and a lot of games to be played.
Checking out Los Angeles. I mean, they've had a heck of a time of it from day one this season. I mean, it's still way too early to start writing their obituary, but they have struggled.
Well, they have, Clark, and you're right, this season is so long that there's plenty of time to turn things around, but now would be a pretty good time to start.
You know, for Pau Gasol, calling last year a rough year might be an understatement. He fought off an injury and tried to find a role on a team that was in transition. A year like that can really take a lot out of a guy.
And Steve, for Pau Gasol, he dealt with knee tendonitis from the first day of the season, then a concussion, torn plantar fascia. I mean, he just had one setback, it seemed, health-wise after another.
It was just that kind of season, which symbolized the fate of his Lakers, too. They just never seemed to get it going until it was too late. But, you know, with Gasol, we're talking about a guy who's remained effective for a long time in his career. And when you have that kind of skill level, I think your game can translate as you get older.
And slam dunk by Jordan. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Now here's Kobe. 20 points for him last game against Golden State.
And Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. So he was very aggressive with his game, attacking the D and capitalizing on those free throws.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. But certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Quick start for the Kings in this one. It's a three-point game. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
How about the box score from that game? The accuracy from the three-point line, just remarkable.
Yeah, it was a stream of threes that allowed them to repeatedly deflate that crowd.
Well, you talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark, one of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package. Well, they finally miss on their fourth shot of the game. That's a good way to start things off.
Knocked away and stolen by Jordan. Kept alive. Here's Hayes. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
And he can't hit the second.
Well, the business of the NBA in pretty good stead. The Kings sold back in May for a record price of $525 million, and the Seattle group had offered even more. Team value is certainly on the rise around the league. Better arenas, more lucrative TV contracts. Part of the reason that's the case.
And stolen by Jordan.
Good team defense there. The double team forcing that turnover. That's his third make in 4 attempts, guys, so quick start for the game.
And back to the bidding war for the Kings with the great offer from the Seattle group. Steve, do you think there's a chance the league could expand to Seattle?
I think so, especially with that tremendous offer that the Seattle group put forward. And now the new CBA, it's made it much more favorable for the owners. I think in the next few years we will see at least one expansion team, maybe 2.
Hayes, no good. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to Golden State.
Yeah, given how they performed offensively that day, guys, they really had no chance.
Yeah, and the frustration just mounted. You could see it as they continued to come up empty. And by the end, they were really just happy to get out of there and have the game be over. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Tipped away. Kobe kicks to Nash. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Steve Nash.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
They recover it. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And let's take this moment to check out the point guards with the highest shooting percentage from the last 10 games. You take a look at Jordan, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
Well, he's been even more accurate with his shooting than he's been with his passing. Just a terrific percentage from the field for him.
And those shots aren't all coming from 10 feet and in. I mean, he's taking legitimate shots. I mean, it might seem like it because of his percentage that he's in close, but he's putting up those numbers from outside.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
A bit ago, Mike Malone and I were able to chat. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it's in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State. Malone, very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
Nash with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Kane, good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
They push it up 4 on 3. Outside Jackson. 6